Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Thursday, the 14th of November. Reading through the Psalms with McShane. One of the Psalms we read today, Psalm 147, a psalm of praise. And looking at God, verse 4 says that God determines the number of the stars and calls them each by name. Now, 3,000 years ago when the psalm was written, the psalmist would have looked up at an unpolluted sky with no light pollution and been amazed at the myriad stars that he saw. And when we get out of the city, we can see that same amazing sky. And yet science today brings us even closer to it and opens it up even further. And rather than diminishing our faith, it just grows our amazement at God, because we see the stars, and then the James Webb Space Telescope and the Hubble telescope zoom in on a tiny little bit of the sky where we can see nothing. And when we look at the pictures they bring back, there's a myriad stars there. And they say, no, those aren't stars. Those are all galaxies, and each one of those galaxies has got billions of stars. And we suddenly realize that there are far more stars in the universe than we can possibly begin to imagine. And God calls them each by name. How amazing is our God. And then it turns from this God that looking at the universe to God that looks at his people. And he says that God doesn't delight in people who are strong. He says, instead, the Lord delights in those who fear him, who put their hope in his unfailing love. This God that has created everything isn't looking for us to stand on our own 2 feet and make it ourselves. He's wanting us to fear him and put our hope in his love, to trust in that. And then a few verses later, we're told that we know this because he's told it to us. Verse 19, he has revealed his word to Jacob, his laws and decrees to Israel. He has done this for no other nation. They do not know his laws. And we are the descendants of Israel. We are the new Israel of God. And God has spoken. We have the scriptures. That's why we go to them day by day. We read them. We ponder them. We think them through. We are amazed by them. And we are led to this God that has put each of those stars in its place, even though we have no idea how many there are. God knows exactly how many there are, where they are, what their lifespan is. He's on top of it all. And he delights in us when we fear him and put our hope in his love. What an amazing thought that this God speaks to us through his word and delights in us. So be encouraged by that thought. Hang on to that thought and go out with great joy that this God is our Father and we are his children. What a blessing. Go well.